So in this video, I'm gonna talk about Samsung's Exynos 2500 chip. I'm gonna talk about different technical stats about this device, and also discuss how it's designed and different things like that, uh, the design structure and the architecture that's used for this chip. I'll also discuss later in the video the applications of this chip and where it's used, in what industries and what things and devices it's used for. I'll discuss that later in the video. So as you can see, here are some images. On the left, there's this big image here. It says Samsung Exynos 2500. That's an image of the chip. And this is 5G right here. That's a connection something later in the video that I will discuss. And here on the right side, bottom right, you can see it's also an image of that same chip, and it also says 5G in the background. So that's something that we'll discuss later in the video. So first of all, the Exyno 2500 is Samsung's newest semiconductor as of August 2025. Now here I'll provide some of the stats and technical information about this device, about this chip. The way it was made from the 3 nanometer gate all around node. It's also known as the GAA node, and that's a pretty good thing because this design, that node that was used, the GAA node, it reduces current leakage, and as a result, this led to a 23% increase in performance. And this is compared to the 5 nanometer FinFET. 5 nanometer FinFET, as like the architecture for the chip, is more like the standard kind of. This is a little different. It's not really standard. It's the 3 nanometer gate all around node that's different. And as you can see here, it's more efficient than the 5 nanometer FinFET because it significantly reduces current leakage. And also, power consumption was 45% less. And another thing is that the chip has a smaller area. It's smaller size by 16% compared to previous chips before. That's a good thing that it's smaller. That it has a smaller area. That it has a smaller area because it's more effective as a result. Um, and power consumption, as discussed here, is also a pretty big deal because it uses less power. That means that the device can work for longer, can withstand longer duration. In other words, now we'll discuss the CPUs, the central processing unit, and the GPUs, the graphics processing unit, that were used in designing this chip. So first of all, the CPUs. The CPU that was used, it was a Cortex X5 core. Um, this is the core. Itself is made to perform at a high level. It's like a device that's made to do high level tasks and stuff. Um, this is the chip CPU structure. It's made to deal with in conclusion, it's not just made to deal with complex tasks, but this device, this chip made by Samsung, can also do basic tasks and complex tasks at the same time. And the GPU, it was based off of AMD's RDNA 3 architecture, but it's not exactly the same. It's its own thing. Samsung made their own GPU, not quite the one that AMD made, but it was just based off of AMD's RDNA 3 device GPU. And that was a pretty good idea that they did that because, as you can see, because AMD and both Samsung designs were used, the GPU has better graphics, and that can be more specific, not just better graphics, but specifically, it's used for gaming. This chip, I'll discuss that a little later in the video, but it's mainly used for gaming, and improved graphics refers to it makes games more effective and clearer. It's easier to see the game. It's more effective in other words. Now I'll discuss some more technology stuff here and how the chip was designed. I'll also discuss some software behind this and how that works. So now I'll discuss the memory and how this chip handles complex memory storage. So the memory that's used in this chip is the LPDDR5X memory. It's This memory device is made to handle complicated tasks, not the most complex, but sort of like middle level, complex tasks. And this is because the LPDDR5X memory itself has higher bandwidth. As a result, it can handle some more complicated tasks. And then, in terms of power consumption and thermal stability refers to like preventing the chip from overheating. And in order to prevent this chip, Samsung made an interesting system. It's called the fan out wafer level packaging, also known as FOWLP system. And it prevents overheating. That's unique to Samsung. It's their own system. Now, as discussed before, I'll discuss some of the software. So this device has an NPU, and basically what this is saying right here, the sentence here, saying that this chip it has an integrated AI system in it, and besides that, it's not just that it has AI in it, but it also doesn't require cloud assistance because of the NPU, the neural processing unit. And that's because the NPU is very strong, it's very efficient, and the cloud, there's no need for cloud assistance to handle AI, tasks like generating text or generating images or even making videos, things along those lines, AI tasks. And also, Samsung offers this thing called SDKs. It stands for Software Development Kits. They're like development kits. They're made to make the graphics, performance, even the efficiency, more effective in the device. They can make the chip, and because of that, the whole computer or even smartphone, more effective, make it function better. These software development kits. Okay, so now I'll discuss the applications of these chips. Here on bottom, like bottom left, bottom right, like middle, bottom. You can see like different images. This one on the bottom left shows the Samsung Dream chip, and this is Exynos 2500. It's like the structure for how it was made. And they mentioned the Cortex X5 and all that stuff. And they discussed the design, how the chip was made and stuff like that, the processors that were used. And here it's on the bottom right, they mentioned different images and different features that this chip has, such as AI, can generate videos, make photos, has a high storage level, and it also has a multi-core, which is really good. It's pretty efficient because it's not one core but multiple, so it makes it better. So these chips are used mainly in phones, smartphones, iPhones, well, mainly Samsung phones, and mainly they're used for not just in phones, but mainly, as discussed before, they're mainly used for gaming. Gaming video games, all of that stuff. That's mainly what they're used for. But it's not just that; they can also be used to for taking photos. Its AI feature of this device can also generate its own photos. It can also even generate videos, which is considered more complex than photos, and it can even do that. Besides this, the Exyno 2500 can also be used, in 5G communications, telecommunications. It can be used to transfer various signals. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. That's all. See you in the next video. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed.